Welcome one and all. This is Keith at the Bourbon Shop, and today I'm going to talk about one of the most unique bottles I ever had. No one else on the planet has this bottle. What is it? Let's get into it. Okay, so by the thumbnail, you can tell what I'm referring to is the Infinity bottle. So some of you may know what that is, and some of you may be like, oh, what is that? Infinity bottle? Something to do with the Avengers or something like that? No. This is a bottle of bourbon, which you are the master blender. So what it is you would take samples of each of your favorite bourbons and put them into a decanter, okay? And on the things that you like, for instance, when I filled this, and any bottle that I reviewed on the channel that I deemed to be only cocktail worthy, didn't make it in there. Okay, so you do whatever you like with your favorite bottles of bourbon or rye or whatever you want to put in the decanter. So as you can see, this is my first time, and I sort of got carried away with before I came to present it to you guys. So I first started this at a bottle share, and I've always thought that when I do this, I wanted to be real particular with it, write down notes, each and everything that went in there. I didn't do that because I was at a bottle share and I was just putting stuff in there that I taste. I like that, put it in there. I taste that, I like that, put it in there. So this is where I started the Infinity bottle. Then when I came home, I started putting things in it that I really like. You know, all your standards, your Maker's Mark, all variations of that. I put some regular Woodford in it, Elijah Craig, Head and Hill things, one Wild Turkey items, 101, and Russell Reserve, all the nice bourbons that I normally talk about on the channel. But then halfway through, I'll say when I got to about right here, filling this up, I wanted to focus in on a particular taste. So from here to about right here, let's say from here to here, I focus in on double oak bourbons. Like the 2XO or the Woodford Double Oak. I did the, what is that up there? Yeah, the Chicken Cock Double Oak. And I did this one. I haven't reviewed this one yet, but this is a really good bourbon. Fox and Olden Double Oak. I'm going to review this and really put it up against some of my other double oaks very soon. But I tell you right now, Sporter, I love it. So we're going to get into that later. And so after that, I wanted to then go into some ryes because I like low ryes and high rye bourbons. So I wanted to make sure I got some pretty decent ryes in there. So I went with Wild Turkey rye. I went with, let's see, what else did I go with here? Oh, I went with one of my favorite ryes, Clyde May. I love this rye. And there was a couple other ryes I went with that was kind of high in content rye. And that's how I capped this off with the rye. So I gave out I sent out some samples, and everybody loved the samples I sent out. So I'm going to do a tasting right now. But the thing is about a Infinity bottle is that, man, it's always changing because you have so many different flavors in there. And when it drops, it starts to breathe a little bit, it changes. Very interesting. So normally a person would, just before they finish a bottle, they would pour the last of that bottle into a decanter of some sort. But what I did was, I did neck pours because I was able to fill this up a little faster, because if I waited until I had a bottle that was almost empty, it would take me a long time to make this bottle. So I did neck pours, and I just opened up a bottle, poured it in there, put it back on the shelf. Probably didn't touch it again until I wanted to review it or drink it. So I shared this with a couple friends, and we all came up with similar notes. You get a lot of spicy caramel and vanilla. It gets some kind of nougat that goes like that candy bar nougat that's in there. What was that? Three Musketeers or something like that. You get that a lot of oak and a lot of spice. It smells like baked bread, raisin bread. And this is a little different from the first time I smelled it. So it's just a lot of notes, man. It's delicious. And I'm not gonna sit here and just go through every single thing I get out of here, because it's so much. I get a little apple pie. I get orange. I get a grassy note. Real earthy. Some chocolate. Some of the darker fruits, you know? Yeah, it's so good and so unique, more than anything I ever tried before. I'm not saying it's the best bourbon I've ever had, but it's what I love about it is it's nowhere else on the planet. So think about that when you're making this bottle. Here we go with this. So I really don't want this to be a real long video. So I'll just say that I get everything that off the nose is coming across on the palate, plus a little tobacco that I'm getting. I'm getting some bananas because I'm getting that Jack Daniels that I put in here, and I'm getting that funky thing that comes along with Dickel. And each state that puts out bourbon, and I'm talking about the craft distilleries that's, you know, distilling and brewing their own bourbon, has a unique taste. So I did put a lot of Detroit or Michigan-based bourbon in here. I sort of get that, what I call that Michigan funk that I love from the distilleries right around here. So I'm getting that as well. It's just unique. So if you haven't done this, give it a try. I would, if you're a bourbon enthusiast and you're really into it, this is what you want to try, and just have fun with it. You know, you can get as detailed with it as you want, or you can just be a mad scientist. Put in the things that you like. Now let's talk about bottles to you. This is a decanter, okay, which is fine, but the thing about decanters is it's not a cork, so it's not airtight. Although I give this a twist, it's on here pretty good, so I'm not too worried about that. But I think if you have a nice bottle that you finish, you can just remove the label and use that bottle, and that way you have a cork. For instance, whenever I finish off the I.W. Harper here, I'm going to use this as a decanter, or Belfour is a nice bottle. Let me hold this up properly so you can see it. This is a nice bottle, so I'll use this as a decanter. So those are two options I'm going to use, and what I might do is use this only when I have guests over, and I'll take one of my infinity bottles and pour it in here with some nice crystal glass and just have a good time. And I would encourage, if you have a little community that you deal with, some other friends who love bourbon, have them come up with their own infinity bottle and you know, share, compare. What I'm going to do is put a sample of this away, and when I come up with my second or third or fourth infinity bottle, just compare the notes and see what I come up with. Something else I want to do is, after today, I won't drink out of this anymore. Maybe to get down to this design down here, and then I want to start refilling it. so it never goes empty. Sort of like the Solera system. And so my bottle would never be empty, but it will always change. So my next brew will start off with some of the original, then I'm gonna add to it with different flavors and things like that. Another thing I wanna do, because I'm just have fun with this, I wanna do a rye version of it, all ryes, you know, and then maybe a high proof infinity bottle, which the lowest proof that I'm gonna put in there is like 110. So it's gonna go from 110 on up to the 120s, 130s, 140s, whatever the case may be. So as you can see, I'm kind of excited to get on this journey with it. My first time doing it, I'm just completely psyched. And if you've done it before, let me know how it came out for you. Did you enjoy it? How many times have you done it? And just enjoy. This is another way to enjoy bourbon. Because as you know, there's layers to enjoying bourbon. So that's my take on the Infinity bottle. Again, I encourage you to do it. It's fun, it's exciting, it's unique. It will be your own blend. You will become your own master blender. Can't take that away from you. So please like, subscribe, and leave a comment about your bottles or what you intend to do, and I would appreciate it. And as always, the best way to enjoy your bourbon is to drink it the way you want to drink it, without shots. And the best way to drink your bourbon is in a responsible way. One other note I want to leave with you. I just said drink your bourbon any way you want to drink it. I'm just going to say it. This is not for cocktails. I mean, you do what you want to do in your house. This is not for cocktails, okay? So, you know, I'm just saying. I know when I made this, my wife even said that, oh, I can't wait to put that in a cocktail. Like, no, not here. I like to tumble, you know, with the finger. So no cocktails, but you do what you want to do in your home. But I know my wife likes more of the punchy type cocktails. So if you have a wife or you know someone who likes those kind of cocktails, it's a YouTube channel I want you to check out. Event Yours of Spirits. Go check that out. And you will see T on there. She is Sir Mix-a-Lot when it comes to making cocktails with all different types of liquor. You get Hennessy, dark and light, rum, vodka, gin, all types of different syrups and punches and juices and ice. And it's just looked like a refreshing cocktails that she be storing up over there. So Event Yours of Spirits, go check her out on her YouTube channel. I think you'll like it. But as I'm closing out, as I always say, the best way to drink your bourbon is the way you'd like to drink it. The best way to enjoy your bourbon is in a responsible way, which means no shots. Okay, like and subscribe. Thank you for your time. I'll see you next time on the Bourbon Shop.